You've got a great business idea and you're ready to get that business started. Your first step is to create your business plan. But that can be a hefty job, so where exactly do you start? To answer that question for us is the man known as the Business Plans Coach, Tim Berry. He's not only a successful business author, but also founder of Palo Alto Software, which produces the nation's leading business planning software. Tim has given seminars on business planning for entrepreneurs in 15 countries on 4 continents. And he's here with us today. Welcome to SBTV.com, Tim.
Thank you very much.
So, first of all, how do you know when you're ready to begin a business plan?
Start anywhere. This is one that I'm grateful for the chance to talk about this. People need to be relieved of the anxiety of, oh my gosh, I've got to do this first or that first. We're different. Most people, most of the time, will get into this core that I talk about sometimes, the market, your own identity, and your strategy, because that's easier for most people, and that's really important. But then there are these weirdos like, you know where I start a business plan? And I always have. I was a literature major. I don't understand this, but I always start in the numbers for some reason. And people will say, but that's weird. How can you do a sales forecast until you've done differentials and what you're selling and all that? Well, I think in my head, I sort of assume those things and it gets me into the numbers. So I say start anywhere because that next person there is going to prefer to do keys to success first, and this person is going to want to write about cost of sales, and that person is going to, and it doesn't matter. Start where you feel comfortable, because we all have computers and we're going to jump around anyhow. So just get going is what is more important than which step is first.
Should you seek outside help with writing your business plan?
You know, the problem with outside help is it's impossible to deny, particularly, hey, I'm somebody who raised a family as the outside help for years and years. My company grew out of my business plan consulting. So you don't want to deny that there are very smart people who are there to help sometimes. But on the other hand, the worst business plan engagement I had, and I still have bad memories of it, was one where the entrepreneurs let me do the business plan and didn't really bother. They thought they were doing something else. So when it really got important, every question the investors would ask, all 3 of the real founders, because I was a business plan consultant, they'd turn to me and I'd answer, and the investors get it, you know. They say, well, okay, but this guy isn't it. And so it has to be your business plan. If you can work with somebody outside and they work well with you and you work well with them, you have to understand that if you don't know every number, every thought, every word, then don't pretend that you have business planning. You've just got a document that somebody wrote.
Okay. Some people feel intimidated by the journey of the business plan. Do you have any advice to keep someone motivated through the process?
Yes, that intimidation thing, what I say, it's part of the reason I have this start anywhere that I say. Not just start anywhere, but do a piece at a time and be comfortable with it. For example, real concrete example, I love SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, because it helps people start thinking. And SWOT I use as an example because you can do a SWOT analysis this afternoon with 2 or 3 people and be using that in your business tomorrow. And I use that example because it illustrates that it's not like you don't do anything until you finish the plan. Get going. Use the SWOT. Start thinking. And then the rest of the day, pick up the phone, answer calls, talk to your customers. Business goes on. And ultimately, over time, you'll have a business plan. But, and here's where it gets paradoxical, you don't ever want your business plan to be done. A company with a business plan that's finished is a company that's finished. Business plans are always going on. And I don't mean you're spending years on it. I mean you're spending an hour here and 2 hours there, but you're always working your plan.
Some great advice on starting the plan and keeping it going. Thanks a lot, Tim, for being with us today. Be sure to visit www.timberry.com to learn more about Tim's books, his work, and his blog. And you can find more segments with Tim Berry in the Small Business Growth Series here on SBTV.com, where small business is our only business.